Well, ladies and gentlemen, that is Jose Mourinho and Enzo Maresca you've seen right there on the screen. Very good day to you guys all out there, wherever you are on the globe, on the continent of Africa, in Europe, in America, Canada, Australia, or right here in Southeast Asia. Ladies and gentlemen, I purposely brought you this video. Tell me what you think Jose was telling Maresca. What do you think the conversation was? Now, you know, I pray and hope Maresca will become one of the legends like Jose is. I pray and hope Maresca one day will write a history with this club. All we want is to win. Chelsea, all that we want is win. So if Maresca is getting the job done and we are happy and the club has regained its glory days back, its glory back, dear friends, I don't have a problem with Maresca becoming a legend of this club that we can celebrate just like we are celebrating Jose. As you saw them right now, for me, it looks beautiful. It looks beautiful. He came in with his team, Benfica. They played a game competitively. Yet, he knows that part of him belongs to the club, Chelsea. And you know, when he talk about professionals, being a professional and doing your job professionally, we saw it on the field of play from his team. We saw it when the fans of Benfica, they were trying to boo, you know, they tried to boo how do you call him? Enzo Fernandez. He went appealing to them to calm down. Because he himself, he is one of our own. Likewise, he is there as well. He started his career from Benfica. He is a Portuguese. And if he's to retire, he will surely retire. And then, like I told you guys, Jose's property, his home, where he lives, if he's not with his club, where he's working, he's in London. And where he lives is just about 5 minutes away from Stamford Bridge. So he will tell you that he sees Chelsea fans every day. Ladies and gentlemen. Anyway, now, Champions League football last night. This midweek, Tuesday night, Wednesday night, many guys are not happy because the clubs, they fall our hand. 99.9% of guys are complaining that they couldn't win their bet. I'm not included. Don't look at me with that eye. I'm angry though because I didn't get money. I didn't get money. I didn't make money, but don't look at me that way. 99% of guys, 99.9% of guys are angry, especially Tuesday night, and yesterday was Bobo. Ladies and gentlemen, on Tuesday night it was Liverpool and Liverpool and who? That's what they gave for many people. Last night, Barcelona. If PSG could beat Barcelona with all these men you are seeing on the screen, injured, ladies and gentlemen, if PSG could beat Barcelona with all these men, the captain included, their first front 3 players included, injured, and they could still beat Barcelona, dear friend, then I tell you what, their next game, they are coming to Chelsea, you know, they are coming to the bridge. Yeah. Barcelona's next game in the Champions League, they are coming to the bridge. Oh, you don't know? They are coming to the bridge. We have a game with them. We have Bayern in our group. We have Barcelona in our group. So they are coming to the bridge. So if PSG is able to beat them with all these men not involved, then at the Stamford Bridge, listen, you see, this PSG side has a lot of injury problem right now. They are not the only team. Chelsea equally have injury. Even Barcelona, they also have injury. I understand even Lamar play through injury. But the truth is, every club, especially the club that played in the Club World Cup, they are more, you know, their injury situation is more worse than a club that did not participate. Like Barcelona, their issue is not that much like PSG. PSG has about 8 or 9 players on injury, yet they were able to sideline Barcelona. As we speak, ladies and gentlemen, this is the league table. This is the league table right there. And Bayern Munich are on top. First position. Second, Real Madrid. PSG third. Inter Milan fourth. Arsenal fifth. Karabakh. That is another team that caused problem yesterday. Karabakh. I know how many people who placed their hope on this Karabakh to win something. And look, Karabakh, they gave a problem yesterday. They are one team that Karabakh gave a problem yesterday. I'm saying it. I don't care what you say. Karabakh spoiled my game yesterday. Now look at where they are. They are 6. Dortmund 7. Man City 8. Chelsea, we are 18th right now on the league table. We are 18th on the league table. We are safe with the games we still have in hand to play. Chelsea are safe. We are likely to go through not to play the playoffs. But look, we don't need to joke with any more games. It is a fact. It is what it is. Ladies and gentlemen, it is what it is. Yeah. Now let's move to some other news items. It's your breakfast, ladies and gentlemen. This is Salon's blog. Today I started on a different note, right? Yeah, sometimes that is how the game's supposed to be. We don't have to always go the same way. And as it is right now, Chelsea, we are preparing to face Liverpool over the weekend. Yeah. And I'm so happy Santos and Joao Pedro are not called up into their national team after the Liverpool game. Because Santos is struggling just as he's beginning to pick form to play for Chelsea. Joao Pedro has been playing through injury. And this Saturday's game against Liverpool, I know that Maresca will definitely be making use of Joao Pedro. And after that game, he needs time to heal perfectly. 2 weeks of international break will be enough to recover some of these players. So I'm happy Brazilian national team coach, Sir Ancelotti, yes, I'm calling him Sir Ancelotti. I'm grateful. Ancelotti did not name these two. Andrew Santos and Joao Pedro are not named in the current Brazilian call-up for next international break, which is next week. Ladies and gentlemen, it is what it is. Now, I want to go into this. I saw Badashile perform for us yesterday, right? The day before yesterday. And he stood tall in our defense. You see, his frame, he is decent enough, but the Chile is decent enough. And we are better off with him in the air. In the air, but the Chile looks solid. When I watch him play, even jumping to head, he nearly scored a goal with a header. I noticed that, but the Chile in a setup in our defense, it made our defense a bit more solid. The entire game Chelsea played against Benfica, we were not that pressed too hard. There was not that moment where I was so panicked, unlike before. And when I was watching the game over and over, I noticed that Chile in that defensive area, in the setup, he made the defense a bit more solid. Any high border comes in where, Chelsea was able to deal with it. And the partnership with Hato, even from the beginning, you didn't see that much of. Ladies and gentlemen, I know most of you. You see, he is a sort of hope in our defense in the absence of Levi Colwell. The only challenge I have with him, sometimes he seems to forget his environment. his surrounding. It's like concentration. That is the only challenge I have with Badeshile. I would love to see Maresca pairing Badeshile alongside Josh Achampo. Let's see. Josh also in a game, we don't lose. Any game that Josh Achampo starts, we don't lose. I would love to see him pairing together. Now that Trevor Chalobah is on, is it red card? Red card, yes. I would love to see Joshua Champong starting a game alongside Badeshile against Liverpool. And let's see from there. Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen. Enzo Maresca will be reviewed at the end of this season. Right now, Chelsea hierarchy, Chelsea ownership have no issue at all. There are circumstances they believe that played or that have played into the current situation right now with the team setup. Chelsea hierarchy believe that the Club World Cup, in fact, the runs in before the end of last season, the runs in to the end of last season, where we had to sacrifice a lot in order to qualify for the Champions League this season. And we succeeded not getting 5th position, but 4th position, though 5th would have even qualified us for the Champions League. And then also the Conference League final. Just after that, we were rushing out for the Club World Cup. So Chelsea hierarchy, they are weighing all this up. And they realize that a lot of things played into the current circumstance of this setup, this team. And they also believe that this team is an upgrade on last team. This season team is an upgrade on last season's team. And therefore, they don't want to press the panic button yet. Because they believe this team is a stronger version of last season. And so if last season we were able to achieve top 4, then we won the Club World Cup, won a Conference League, which you might say the Chelsea is stronger than almost every team in their Conference League. But the Club World Cup, we met PSG at the final. Right? So they believe if this team could win the Conference League, fight to be in the top 4, not top 5, and win the Club World Cup last season, then this season, the team should be able to get through to the at least top 4 minimum and win some trophies or fight for trophies. That is the thinking and the belief of the Chelsea hierarchy. So Maresca's job, for now, he is safe. Now, let me conclude. Moise Caicedo, Joao Pedro, like I said, and Enzo Fernandez are all playing through pain, that's injury at this moment. While they are trying to nurse the injury at the same time, they are playing through injury. So we need to put all those things into consideration when we are calculating or trying to judge them. Now, before I go, guys, McGuay, this guy, the 18-year-old, now turning 19, right, has yet to play a minute since coming back from a loan, since he was recalled. And appearing for Chelsea will mean he could no longer go on a loan, even in January. Now, the understanding right now is that due to the return of the lab, which is expected by December, is the reason why Maresca failed or is not able to use this guy. Because if Maresca should use him and the lab is back, he cannot go back on loan. Because the rules state that a player cannot play for 3 teams in the same season. So if he played for even 1 minute, he might not be able to go back on loan. Now, the question I want to ask is, are we now thinking about the player going on loan after, if the lab returns? What is the guarantee that the lab will return and he will hit the ground running? Or he will not come back and re-aggravate the same injury again? Why don't we make use of the player as a striker, as a 9, now that we are in need of that? I close my case. I should be back in the next one when you see me. Shalom and peace.